half, the Quincy City Council narrowly votes to preserve funding for its public library.
This comes after an amendment that would have cut its budget by nearly $300,000. WGEM's Claire Edlin spoke with the mayor and the library director this afternoon. Claire?
Daniel and Raja, yes, it was a small margin at last night's council meeting with a 6-7 vote. As for the library director's reaction, well, she's very pleased, as you would imagine. Kathleen Helsebeck says not only did City Council approve their budget, but approved an increase in the library board that they had requested. She said costs had gone up virtually everywhere. That includes supplies, materials, books, interlibrary loans, and other services. Their electricity went up $25,000 from last year. Mayor Mike Trope says even though the amendment to cut the budget failed, he hopes the library board can better explain their budget to get more council members on their side in the future.
I, for one, value the library, and as I think virtually the entire city council values the library. But just like we have to control our budgets and what types of dollars we're spending, the libraries should be no exception to that.
Over the last several years, we've gotten some increases in some one-time revenue sources through PPRT that we've used for savings, for improvements on our building. But overall, for operating costs, we've had little to zero increases, and we've had to really scrape to get by.
Helsebeck says in addition to operating costs, they also need money for 2 staff members, one who will oversee the upcoming mobile library. Helsebeck says the mobile library is on track to open the end of this year. Daniel?
All right, thank you, Claire. The library's funding comes from a blend of property taxes, a city subsidy to keep those taxes down, and a personal property replacement tax.